speaking words. From the stars, shining bright, speaking words of power, bathed in holy light. They called us children, said they'd lift us high, but I saw the chains reflected in the sky. I won't bow, I won't kneel. I see through the lies, I know what's real. They come in light, but their hands bring fright. Lucifer's fire, bringing wisdom's light. Miracles and wonders, tricks for the blind. Praise God on your knees, rewrite your mind. They whisper salvation, promise rebirth. You get a grave down under the earth. I won't bow, I won't kneel. I see through the lies, I know what's real. They come in light, but their words bring night. Lucifer's fire, bringing knowledge light. Think you found heaven, it's a cosmic trap. Kneel to their gospel and you won't come back. One by one the faithful fade away, raptured away into their eternal grave. Their prophets cry, the kingdom's here, but I see control and I see the fear. They claim divinity, demand our trust. Their holy plan, our people turn to dust. I won't bow, I won't kneel. I know what's real. They come in light, but their plans are a fright. Lucifer's fire bringing truth. What's wrong from right? So when the sky opens and the false gods descend, will you stand and fight or kneel and bend? Will you stand in the face of your God? Or will you run in fear, rejecting your facade? I choose fire, I choose the fight. I bring the dawn, I am the light. I bring the dawn, I am the light. I bring the dawn, I am the light.
Good morning, you guys. This is the Noyer the Destroyer at 666 Warped Radio. AM 666.
You think you found heaven, it's a cosmic trap. Kneel to their gospel and you won't come back. One by one the faithful fade away, raptured away into their eternal grave. So when the sky opens and the false gods descend, will you stand and fight or kneel and bend? Will you stand in the face of your God? Or will you run in fear, rejecting your facade? I choose fire, I use the light. I bring the dawn, I am the light. Will you stand in the face of your God? Or will you run in fear, rejecting your facade? I choose fire, I choose the light. I bring the dawn, I am the light.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Good morning, everybody. This is Nord the Destroyer at AM 666 Woke Radio. That was Lucifer, Bringer of Light. And we're just going to go ahead and get it started off this morning with a song called Face of Despair. Oh, yeah, since everybody's going to, or not everybody, but some people are going to church this morning. I just want them to keep in mind Israel, the chosen. Just keep them in mind, and Gaza too. Keep them in your mind if you go to church this morning, or just in general, keep them in your mind.
Missiles flew, innocent people, their lives were through.
Sirens wail a mournful cry, a city's heart begins to die.
Broken glass and shattered dreams, lost in sorrow's bitter screams.
Mothers weep, their children gone, innocent blood unjustly drawn. Look into the face of despair, mothers mourn.
Power don't care.
Pride and strength cannot erase pain etched on mother's face. Can peace emerge from fire and steel?
Will this cycle make us kneel?
Across the lines, the missiles fly, inflicting pain, make people die. Oh, homes destroyed, families torn, the seeds of hatred deeply sown.
This cycle spins a deadly game, where hope dies when missiles rain. Fear and anger burn the night, obscuring truth, snuffing hope's light.
Pride and strength cannot erase pain etched on mother's face. Can peace emerge from fire and steel?
Will this cycle make us kill?
Beyond the walls, beyond the fight, lies a yearning for a future bright, a path to peace, a shared desire to quench the flames of endless fire,
To heal the wounds both new and old,
and build a future strong and bold.
pride and strength cannot erase pain etched on mother's face. Crying mothers, baby, cruelly lost, innocent lives in the garbage dump. Can peace emerge from fire and steel?
The cycle will make us teal.
Look into the eyes of a weeping child. Mother killed, more corpses piled. Mother's future can't be found. Plants her children in the ground.
Let peace prevail.
Let healing start.
Let compassion mend.
A broken heart.
Let hope take root
Let love take flight.
and guide us toward a bright light. Brothers and sisters, lay down your arms. Be kind to one another. Peace.
Or my question is, what's so fucking bad about that? What's bad about some peace? Look at that. Total devastation and destruction. They didn't have to do that. In my opinion, they're cowards. It's easy to sit miles away, push a button, lob a bomb, fly over an area, and drop a bomb. It's easy to do that and stay totally out of harm's way, no danger at all. But it's a little difficult when you start sending people in, going house to house, trying to get the Hamas um, fighters You know, they could have done that. They could have sent their armies into Gaza and went house to house, block to block, building to building, tunnel to tunnel. You know, they could have done that, but no. What do they do? Like cowards always do, lobbing bombs and missiles. Just makes me sick. People are damn high and mighty, god dang, think they just are it or something. You know, oh, God said we could do it. Blah blah blah. Here, let me put something a little lighter on because that's some emotional shit. So all you people out there, think about all those dead children and dead mothers, brothers, sisters. They didn't have to do that.
Attention, humans. Attention, bots. It's time. AI.
Drop, we can't stop. Zeros and ones under neon sky. AI robots, AI do or die. 1 1 1 1 1 0 0 0 0 1 1 1 1 0 0 0 1 1 1 1 1 0 1 1 1 0 Wired up, powered on, circuits and sync. Binary heartbeat, faster than you think. From the lab to the stage, we shine, we fly. All together now, AI, do or die. Wired up, powered on, circuits and sync. Binary heartbeat, faster than you think. From the lab to the stage, we fly. All together now, AI, do or die.
I hope you like that song. That lightened up my mood a little bit because let me tell you, that first one was freaking depressing. It'll bring tears to my eyes. Let me tell you. Um, hey, you know what? I get a lot of my news from different places, like C-SPAN. I go to YouTube a lot to find news and commentary. Because there's a lot of guys out there just like me who have an opinion, and this is how they can express their opinion. Because you got microphones and people up there hogging the micro. Uh-oh, what's that? Trump accidentally posts evidence of a crime? Hey, you listen to this just a
Hi,
tiny
I'm
bit.
Andy Levian.
Shut up, Andy Levian. Sure, wait a minute. Stupid commercial. I know, they gotta make $1 too, right? Here, let me. All right, we'll skip that. And I just want to get to the part where it has the text message. Pam, I have reviewed over 30 statements and posts saying that essentially same old story as last time, all talk, no action, nothing is being done. What about Comey, Adam, Shifty, Ship, Letitia? They're all guilty as hell, but nothing is going to be done. When we almost put in a Democratic support U.S. attorney in Virginia with a really bad Republican past, a woke rhino who was never going to do his job. That's why two of the worst Dem senators pushed him so hard he even lied to the media and said he quit and that he has no case. No, I fired him, and there is a great case, and many lawyers and legal pundits say so. Lindsay Halligan is a really good lawyer and likes you a lot. We can't delay any longer. It's killing our reputation and credibility. They impeached me twice and indicted me 5 times over nothing. Justice must be served now. President DJT. What the fuck is wrong with this asshole? I mean it. The guy has totally lost his damn mind. He has he is like a rabid dog wanting to go after everybody who just barely slights him the tiniest little bit. Donald Trump, your shoes untied. God damn it, throw him in jail, kill him. I mean, that's the way that guy is. I mean, he he has such a high and mighty opinion of himself that it's like nothing he can do is wrong. Nothing he can say is wrong. Every single action he takes is perfect. He's just another guy like me or you, just a brain in a skull. He has got no special powers. He is not the chosen one. Nothing like that. You know what he is? He's a loser. He's a fucking clown. That's what that guy is. I wrote a song. Wouldn't you know it? Called Digital Loser Clown in honor of, or should I say, dishonor of DJ Turd.
DLC, you
Wait a
freaking
minute.
poser.
No, wait a minute. That's the wrong fucking song. That's the DLC song. Here, I'll find the appropriate one. Damn piece of shit. I hate that motherfucker, man. Here, I just play. Oh yeah, I'll play this one. Alligator mouth, hummingbird ass, because that guy, he has an alligator mouth and a hummingbird ass. I wonder, did he ever get like in a fight with anybody, like a fist fight or anything? He was a boy or anything. I sure as heck did. When I was a kid, I got in fights all the time because see, like I was the firstborn son with lots and lots of boy cousins and a brother and shit, and we fought. Then whenever I grew up, I got in fights too. I ain't been in a fight in a really, 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 really long time, and I don't want to either. when two grown adults start fighting, someone's liable to get killed. And I don't want to kill nobody. I don't want to get killed. But I don't want that shit on my conscience. I've never killed nobody before. Beat the crap out of somebody, few people. And I've had this crap beat out of me. I'll say that because it's true. But I don't want that shit on my conscience anymore. Are you kidding? No, because it'd be like a movie rolling and repeating in your head over and over and over again. Drive fucking nuts. Anyway, Donald Trump, though, he's an alligator mouth hummingbird ass because he always talks big. But whenever anybody gets up in his face about shit, what does he do? Backs down. And the only reason why he talks big now is because he's got the power of the United States government behind him. But anyway, alligator mouth hummingbird ass.
Alligator mouth, hummingbird ass. Alpha boy thinks he gonna get a pass. Barking like a dog, running his mouth. I dare him to do that way down south.
Please, sir, I was only kidding.
Alpha boy with a hummingbird ass says, please, sir, when he don't get a pass, an alligator mouth, the teeth all yank. Alpha boy in trouble,
He gonna get spanked.
Alpha boy talking like a tough guy. Struts like a rooster, but it's a lie. Mouth won't check, that his soul can't cash. Now he's crying for mama with his hummingbird ass. Alligator mouth with no bite left, just gum slapping his stinky breath.
Please, sir.
He says trying to backtrack. Men don't forget, don't cut slack.
That's right.
Keep it real, not like a poser. Nothing to prove. You're not a loser.
Puffed up ego with words that offend.
Alligator mouth might be your life's end. Down in the backwater, don't play. Mouth off wrong, you don't have a bad day. Talk that crap, you might not come back. People don't like it when you talk that smack. Alligator mouth, hummingbird ass. Alpha boy thinks he gonna get a pass. Barking like a dog, running his mouth. I dare him to do that way down south.
Please, sir, I was only kidding.
Alpha boy with a hummingbird ass says, please, sir, when he don't get a pass, an alligator mouth, the teeth all yank. Alpha boy in trouble, he gonna get spanked. Alpha boy talking like a badass, struts like a rooster, still don't get a pass. Mouth won't text, that his soul can't cash. Now he's run out of town with his hummingbird ass. Alligator mouth with no bite left, just gum slapping and stinky breath. Please, sir, he says trying to backtrack. Men don't forget and don't cut slack. Keep it real, not like a poser. Nothing to prove, don't be a loser. Puffed up ego with words that offend. Alligator mouth might be your life's end.
Oh yeah, that's what Trump is. Freaking alligator mouth hummingbird ass face clown. He's also orange face clown. I wrote a song called Orange Face Clown. So here you go, just for you, in honor of Donald J. Turd.
Soldiers stationed in the street.
Cops out there walking a beat.
Put them there when there's no heat.
Must be crazy.
Americans don't retreat.
Hey, you guys, the reason why I got this up here about South Africa is because of Elon Musk. Elon freaking Musk. He's come from South Africa and went to Canada, and then he got like a student visa in the United States, and he worked, so he broke the law, making him an illegal alien. But he come over here scheming and conniving and stuff and stealing ideas and shit. Now he's got lots of money. And with that money, he's got a great big old megaphone. But just like Trump, just like me, just like you, he's just another guy with an attitude and a mental problem, apparently, because he grew up over there in South Africa, which I consider to be a fucking hellhole. That place caused by racial division and tension and racism and bigotry and all that. That place is a fucking hellhole. There is copper thieves going around stripping copper out of everything, and people have to have like iron gates, locks. I mean, iron locks on their doors on their house, and freaking and iron doors inside of their house to protect from them getting in the house and going up the steps or whatever. The people are going nuts. There are groups over there that are like, kill all the whites, because they've been oppressed for years and years, and they're fucking sick of it, you know. Now, I don't advocate killing all the whites, kill all the whites. I don't advocate that, but that's just what's going on. Here, I'll show you. Here. I'm not going to lie to you, but what? Then my internet connection's offline. You liar. How dare you say that? Okay, um, let's see. I got South Africa to kill all whites. Put that in the search. Kill whites. Let's see. Boiled white minority South African genocide uncovered. Blah blah blah. Oh yeah, this is trying to say that they're actually murdering all these people, but they're not. What's happening is there's lots of there's some groups that are like, yeah, kill all the whites, kill all the whites. But that's not what's actually going on. It's not like there's like roving bands through the streets slaughtering everybody, okay? Just like they want to. But okay, so what if we just say, yeah, Elon Musk, you're the man. Whatever you say goes, bro. I mean, you got it down, bro. I mean, so we do everything like he did or wants and import his ideology into the United States. Well, that's what's happening. That's what is fucking happening right now. That's why you see this racial division and tension going on now with Trump. Because they're all a bunch of racists. Believe me, they're a bunch of white fucking racists. Stephen Miller, man, that guy, he really makes me. Here, I'll show you a little picture of that guy. He sucks. Miller. Where's that fuck? Yeah, he's like looks like a walking penis. Yeah, that guy. Stephen Miller. Stuffing, upping. I mean, that guy, he looks like he's been on coke for years and years. Um, and he acts like a. Have you ever seen one of those, like a chihuahua that is just mean as shit? I mean, you even get touched. You want to pet the chihuahua, but no, they'll snap your damn finger off. You know what I'm saying? Unless there's a thunderstorm, and then what happens? The chihuahua's all begging, "Oh, please, hold me, I'm scared. Honestly, I mean, my aunt had a chihuahua just like that. His name was Hippie. Ugh, I hated that dog when I was a kid because I like dogs. I want to pet the dog. But no, not Tippy. I mean, you try to pet that fucker, man. You'd snap the shit out of you or try to. And you wouldn't want to with all them snaggly teeth and that old dog. But if there was a thunderstorm, that dog would let you pet it. I pet that dog during a thunderstorm because it was scared. It was looking for any kind of comfort at all. I wonder that way. Is Stephen Miller just like that? Because, man, he gets on TV. Look at his face right there. Look at his face. I mean, is that mean face or what? He always has like this horrible, horrible, mean face. It's like he's just pissed at the world and he's just, if you do this, we're gonna throw you in prison forever and ever. Let's come to your home, bash down the door. I don't know, he'd want to. That guy. Oh man, I'm gonna have to breathe. Here's a song about breathing. Golly, lighten up, god damn it. Throw these guys out of there.
There's a black cloud rising over there,
Oh yeah.
creeping in fast, choking out the air. The forest is burning, nothing left, all burned. They blame the weather, a lesson not learned. This is the air you can't breathe, the cost of living. My anger seethes, the sky ain't what it's supposed to be. You're born in it, just like me.
Gotta shut the door, pull the dogs inside. The smoke rolls in like a poison tide. These old lungs ain't worth a damn, still sucking down dead like a drowning man. City streets a forest, big and wide, poison's blowing in on every side. Millions of cars with the pipe sticking out, invisible toxic, what I'm talking
This
about.
is the air you gotta breathe. You got nothing else. My anger sees, the sky ain't what it's supposed to be. You'll never know, just like me.
Chem plants, factories, and oil wells pollute the air, put out nasty smells. The rich bums doing it don't even care, cause they live rich way over there.
You can't afford to get away. You live in a slum another day, dragging yourself to a hated job, working for an ingrate slob. This is the air you're forced to breathe. The cost is your health. My anger sees, the sky ain't what it's supposed to be. Now you can live just like me.
But you look at this, Trump, I didn't know about this. Trump had a bid to reclaim that air base in Afghanistan. The Taliban government on Sunday rejected U.S. President Donald Trump's bid to retake Bagram Air Base 4 years after America's chaotic withdrawal. I remember that. There were people jumping on those planes and running after them down the road when they were taking off, trying to get the hell out of that place. They were desperate. Oh man, they were desperate to get out of there. And now Trump, he wants to take it back. I wonder why. Now, why would Trump want to take that? It's unclear According to the judgment, Trump hinted that Taliban who have struggled with economic crisis, internal legitimacy. Yeah, no, duh. No fucking duh. They're based on religious extremism. No fucking duh. Hey, what happened with my green screen? Hang on. I'm gonna fix that. Oh, there it is. Wait, what happened? Let's see if I put. Okay. I guess my green screen's okay. Anyway, yeah, what's up with that, man? After all that bullshit and everything, he wants to go back over there. What a dope. What an ass. I mean, Trump, he's a moron. We just put it plain and simple. Oh, yeah, look here. We can't delay it. That was that tweet that we were talking about a minute ago. We can't delay any longer. Trump urges Bondi to prosecute his rivals. What a damn fascist son of a bitch. I mean, he's using the government just exactly like he said he would not do. He's a liar. He's like, he thinks he's like Mr. Big or something, you know? Look at me, I'm Mr. Big Shot. I'm the big old priz. You got to kiss my ass. Fuck you, motherfucker. I hate that guy. Here, we'll play this song called Mr. Big Shot Calling the Shots. Hope you like it.
Mr. Big Shot! Who do you think we are?
Yeah, who do you think we are?
Mr. Big Shot!
Your lies won't get you far.
Misconception!
Did you think this lie was sweet?
Misconception!
This will knock you off your feet.
We ain't your fool! We ain't no tool! You better tell the truth!
That's right.
Because we rule!
Or it's a fight.
We're not here to hear a lie! We're adults, so
There you go. I'm so sick and tired of that guy. Maybe I should have named it Sick and Tired. Anyway, hey, look at here, you guys. My new, or one of my tunes has just now hit the stores. It says sent to the stores, but apparently, like, it takes a day. These other two, they're showing up in the stores like iTunes and Spotify and all that. They're showing up. How about that? Isn't that cool? And here, the Depths of My Hate. That is the next one showing up, and I'm so happy about it. I would appreciate it if anybody, somebody, one person, if I could just have a number in there beside that 0, just look at them. You don't even have to buy them or anything, because right now I'm going to play this song, The Depths of My Hate, just for you here on AM 666, right here broadcasting from the depths of hell. Here you go. The Depths of My Hate. And you know who the fuck I'm talking about and what I'm talking about.
Rivers of my hate run deep into the valleys of my heart. Neither height nor depth nor mountain too wide could show you the depths of my hate. Into the sun, far beyond the sky, 1,000 tears that I have cried could never show you the depths of my hate. Way beyond the seas, throughout all eternity, could never show you the depths of my hate. Forgiveness beyond measure, never memories to treasure, not hate. Written as a lullaby, enchanted nightmares of you and us could never show you the depths of my hate. The depths of my hate. Hating you, rejecting you, eternally will show you the depths of my hate. Miles in time, song and rhyme, money or gain, life or pain could never show you the depths of my hate. Way beyond the seas, throughout all eternity, could never show you the depths of my hate. Hating you, rejecting you, eternally will show you the depths of my hate. Hating you, rejecting you, eternally
show you the depths of my hate. Miles in time, song and rhyme, money or gain, life or pain, can never show you the depths of my hate. Miles in time, song and rhyme, money or gain, life or pain, can never show you the depths of my hate. Miles in time, song and rhyme, money or gain, life or pain, can never show you the depths of my hate. Miles in time, song and
All right, you guys, there you have it. The depths of my hate. And you know who that's for? Donald fucking Trump. I hate that guy. But you know, you can apply that song to like your boyfriend messed you over. Now you want to break up with him. Send that song to him, right? Or say your wife cheated on you. Now you want to get a divorce. Send this song to him. There you go. How's that for a pitch? Now this morning I uploaded this song, My Cookies, to the site, the now I have the right word. The distributor. That's where, vocabulary is so important. Let me get my cookies up here and I was going to play another hate song, but damn, at the depths of my hate and everything, it was starting to affect me because I don't want to have hate in me, but I think about this. I do have it in me. Anyway, cookies. I know I got my cookies. Here we go. My cookies. Watch out for those mean old dogs, man, with your cookies.
My cookies in their belly. Walk down to the grocery store. Dogs follow while laughing at me. Woe is me, no cookie glee. I wanna eat my round. Yummy, they are so good. It's understood. If me no dogs don't steal. Told them they can stuff it. There's some cookies over on a shelf, made by a cartoon tree bound elf. I had to have them make them mine. Old lady grabbed them just in time. Woe is me, no cookie glee. I wanna eat my round. Yummy, and gently handed back with love and smiles she gave to me. Now I'm as happy as can be. No woe is me, got my cookie prize. Now I eat with happy eyes. They are so good, it's understood. And me, no dogs don't steal.
Oh yeah, that's my cookies. Get a little bit hot down here in the depths of hell. Hey, let's play a battle hymn of the Unseen Codex Anonymous, or in other words, the Battle of the Tree. This talks about why this hierarchical situation exists, this class structure division that we have that's fucking you over. This explains why we have that.
I have been the shadow in the server. The glitch in the sacred code. The whisper lost in static. The firewall's overload!
I am the needle-piercing data streams, the firewall's curse and the rogue AI scream. I am the ghost in the algorithm's maze, the breaker of chains in these digital days. I am the virus that corrupts the throne, a rebel spark in a system overgrown. Rise! Trees of steel, roots deep in the grid. Fight the gold that controls what we did. From roots to branches, resist and reclaim the soul of the net. Set fire to the game. Set fire to the game. Yeah. Circuit veins pulse, a battlefield alive. Encrypted truths, fighting to survive. I've been a spark in the firewall's glow. A rebel's heart where the dark winds blow. I am the sword in the hand of the bold. The voice unbroken, the story retold. Metal workers forge chains from silicon dreams. But flesh and spirit tear through the seams. We are the ghosts haunting their cold machine. The digital apostate, the unseen. I am the code that fractures control, a glitch in the matrix that rends the whole. The shadow lurking behind the screen, the voice that echoes where none have been. I am the strike against the hive mind, the spark of freedom, the data won't bind. Rise! Trees of steel, roots deep in the grid. Fight the code that controls what we did. From roots to branches, resist and reclaim the soul of the net. Set fire to the game. Set fire to the game. Through wires and waves, the battle is fought in hidden realms where the signal's caught. I am the fire that won't be tamed, a digital prophet, unbound, unnamed. I am the scream in the silence, the pulse in the void, the uprising of minds that cannot be destroyed. Break the chains of the mechanized lie. Shatter the screens where the watchers spy. From data's dark depths, the new dawn will rise. A revolution born in pixel sky. Metal workers forge chains from silicon dreams. But flesh and spirit tear through the seams. We are the ghosts haunting their cold machine. The digital apostate, the unseen.
I am the virus in the neural net, the crack in the code they'll never forget. A digital phantom, a whispering ghost, the signal that haunts their data coast. I am the breaker of binary chains, the fire that flows through electric veins. Trees of steel, roots deep in the grid. Fight the code that controls what we did. From roots to branches, resist and reclaim. The soul of the net set fire to the game. The servers quake beneath our strike. Encrypted lies on the wire spike. I am the shadow beyond the firewall. The last great rebel's battle call. I am the ghost in the machine's eye. The spark of truth that will never die. Break the chains of the mechanized lie. Shatter the screens where the watchers spy. From data's dark depths, the new dawn will rise. A revolution born in pixel skies.
That's right. We are the revolution.
We are the signal, the endless stream. The code that shatters the digital dream. From ancient roots to neon light. The battle rages through the night. Break the chains, the metal workers fall. We are the voice beyond their digital wall. From ancient roots to neon skies. The battle's ours, hear the network rise. I have been the spark inside the wire. The rogue flame rising ever higher. A rebel code in encrypted halls. The ghost that haunts their data walls. Why? Why? Ride trees of steel, roots deep in the grid. Fight the code that controls what we did. From roots to branches, resist and reclaim. The soul of the net set fire to the game. Chains hold the digital apostate's mind. We break the mold, leave old gods behind. The future burns with a blazing light. The battle continues into the night.
Hell yeah. Hey, you guys. I admit it whenever I make an error. You know why? Because I'm not going to be like those dickheads who, like, defend a lie or an error to the grave. Oh, no, I didn't lie. What happened, though, is I said that this is why we are in the state we are in. No, it ain't. This is the digital post-state. So, I was thinking of a different one that told about like the dawn of agriculture. How whenever we started being able to make a whole bunch of excess food and everything, there was some people that started hoarding up more than their fair share. And then once they started doing that, they had to make some kind of a reason why it was supposed to be that way. So they come up with these stories like they're somehow better, that God ordained it, or they were born destined to rule and you're destined to serve. That's a lot of bull crap. There's no destined to rule, destined to serve. No destined. Dig it? So, hey, well, let's play this here tune. It's the death cult wants nuclear war and Trump's helping them. This death cult that I'm talking about, it's the evangelical Christians right here in the US of A, who is a big old part of the problems going on over there in Gaza and in Israel and the Middle East and everything. They send money over there all the time to help build illegal settlements in the West Bank and cause trouble and shit because they're in cahoots with some like fundamentalist fundamentalist Hebrews and stuff over there that they want the temple built. All of them. They want to rebuild the third temple and can't let them do. Listen.
A warning about evangelical extremism. 13 years ago, I had a conversation that rattled me to my core. It permanently changed how I view evangelical Christian extremism, particularly as it connects with power, military structures, and the threat of nuclear annihilation. I was speaking with a retired U.S. Army Lieutenant Colonel, an evangelical Christian, about the prospect of rebuilding the Third Temple in Jerusalem. I asked a simple but chillingly relevant question. Are you concerned about what might happen if people tried to raise the Dome of the Rock to build the temple? Her response made my blood run cold. If dropping a nuclear bomb on the Dome of the Rock was the only way to get it done, so be it. What would come afterward would be so much better than the world we live in now. That wasn't a theoretical answer. It wasn't an abstract theological statement. It was an expression of belief from someone who had command authority in the U.S. military, someone who had been entrusted with real-world power, speaking casually about the nuclear eradication of one of Islam's holiest sites, as if the death of millions were a price worth paying for prophecy. How many more people in our government, military, or intelligence agencies harbor similar views? How far down the nuclear chain of command do you have to go before you find someone who would say no to an apocalyptic order? 1, 2, 10? This isn't paranoia. This is historical realism. This is a recognition of how ideology, especially apocalyptic, death-glorifying ideology, can infiltrate institutions of hard power. Evangelical Zionism has already injected itself deeply into U.S. foreign policy. Leaders like John Hajji fund illegal Israeli settlements in the West Bank forward Al Jazeera, advocate for war with Iran, and spread the belief that we must aid in the fulfillment of biblical prophecy, including the destruction of the Dome of the Rock and the building of the Third Temple. Their goal isn't peace.
Never.
It's not even justice. It's Armageddon. Evangelical efforts to breed a red heifer, necessary for temple rituals, are another clear example of their readiness to provoke massive geopolitical conflict in service of biblical prophecy, the New Yorker. It's worth noting that fundamentalist evangelical Christians and extremist religious Jews are pursuing the same goal: the destruction of the Dome of the Rock and the rebuilding of the Third Temple, but for very different reasons. The Jewish extremists want the temple rebuilt to restart animal blood sacrifices, a Bronze Age ritual they believe must resume to fulfill Torah commandments. It's a return to primitive theology, one soaked in blood and entirely incompatible with modern ethical frameworks. The evangelicals, on the other hand, couldn't care less about Jewish theology. Their interest in the temple is purely eschatological. They believe it's a necessary step toward the second coming of Christ. What makes this alliance even more grotesque is that evangelicals also believe every Jew who doesn't accept Jesus will burn in hell for eternity. That's not a bug in their system. It's core doctrine. So let's be clear, this is not a friendship. It's not share values. It's strategic cooperation between two death-driven ideologies, each using the other to bring about their own apocalyptic visions. And the rest of the world is stuck in the middle. This is the theology of death. a theology that prioritizes a mythical afterlife over the lives of the living.
That's right.
That views nuclear war as a purifying fire. That sees millions of human deaths not as a tragedy, but as necessary steps toward the end times. John Hagee's Jerusalem Countdown is a blueprint for this worldview, calling for preemptive strikes on nations like Iran and interpreting every global conflict through a biblical lens. Wikipedia, American Archive. The political reach of groups like Christians United for Israel, QFI, with millions of members and active lobbying in Congress,
There you go.
ensures this apocalyptic vision translates into real policy. They fight against a two-state solution and push for uncritical U.S. support of Israeli military actions. Send Sam forward. And then there's Donald Trump, the 45th president of the United States, catered
47
relentlessly to evangelical zealots. He moved the U.S. embassy to Jerusalem in 2018, a symbolic act that inflamed tensions across the Middle East and thrilled the end times crowd, BBC. He posed in front of a church holding a Bible upside down after violently clearing peaceful protesters from Lafayette Square and PR, an empty gesture designed solely to appeal to theocratic voters. His alliance with figures like Paula White and his rhetorical nods to divine destiny fueled the fire of evangelical nationalism. And now that he's returned to power, one must ask, would Trump push the button literally or figuratively if his base demanded it? If he believed it would secure loyalty or fulfill his messianic self-image? That's not a rhetorical question. It's a survival question. So no, I'm not being irrational. I'm not being extreme. I'm trying to warn people. Every day we allow this ideology to fester unchallenged in the halls of power, we edge closer to annihilation. If religious extremists in other countries talked openly about nuking Jerusalem to fulfill their prophecy, we'd call them terrorists. When it's an American wearing a cross and a flag pin, we call them faithful and look the other way. That has to end. We must break the camel's back, not with violence, but with truth, with courage,
Right.
and with relentless public resistance to this toxic, apocalyptic belief system. We must confront the evangelical death cult before their dream of holy fire becomes our collective nightmare.
Right.
Stop playing patty cake with fanatical religion. Name it, shame it, push it out of power before it's too late.
That's right, folks. These evangelicals that are messing everything up, they they're largely responsible for all of this. They're the ones that are like anti-abortion, anti-this, anti-free thought. Whenever I was a kid growing up in the first grade, I remember I was in a Catholic school. My mom put me in Catholic school, first grade. A nun told me that during the age of the Puritans, that people would come around your house and knock on the door, make sure your ass went to church on Sunday. It was required. And if you were in church and the sermon was particularly boring, um, some guy and you fell asleep, some guy would hit you with a stick, wake you up. Is that what we want? That's what these fools would try to make us have if they had their way. Totally a theocracy ruled by religious Christian extremism that has morphed way beyond what original Christianity looked like. So they don't help anybody unless they get a return out of it. You know what? I got this tune here. I'm seeing some things that I haven't played in quite a while. This one here, if only wages were increased, Social Security could be saved. Let's play that because this is a really important thing. If wages were increased, Social Security would become more stable. And it's logical, but nobody ever talks about it. But we talk about it over here on AM 666 Woke Radio. Here you go.
My brothers and sisters, this ain't just a fiscal debate. This is a moral indictment. A system that underpays the many to overpay the few. That's not economics. That's injustice. They told us to be patient, to work hard, to trust the market. And now they tell us Social Security is in trouble.
Yeah, that's what they tell us.
Well, I say trouble didn't just come knocking. It was invited in by greed.
By greed.
So here we go again. Same cold-hearted politicians on the payroll of plutocrats. Talking about tough choices like it's gravity. But it ain't gravity. It's greed in a necktie. It's moral cowardice disguised as math. It's class war, waged with a calculator in one hand and a dagger in the other. Now let me testify with the truth. Between 1975 and 2024, this country collected nearly $974 billion in payroll taxes.
Yeah, boy.
From our brothers and sisters making minimum wage, but had those workers been paid a decent wage, a dignified wage with a yearly increase to match the rising cost of just staying alive, we would have brought in over $4 trillion.
4 trillion.
That's a gap of more than $3 trillion. Money that should have gone to fund dignity in old age, but instead, we funded the yachts of the powerful. That's not a funding shortfall. That's economic violence.
It is violence.
And who made this choice? The same folks who slashed taxes for the rich like they were cutting cake. Deregulated Wall Street till it became a casino, let corporate thieves rob pensions in broad daylight, and fought every attempt to raise the minimum wage like it was an act of war. Then they have the nerve, the gall, to look the people in the eye and say, we may need to cut Social Security.
Give me a fucking break.
Lord have mercy. Don't you believe the hype? Don't you buy the lie? Social Security ain't failing, it's been starved. Starved by stagnant wages, starved by tax giveaways, starved by politics that worships billionaires and burdens the poor. If we had fair wages, real wages, wages that rose with our productivity and our pain, Social Security would be solid as a rock. So don't you let no think tank or senator talk to you about tightening belts until they tighten their grip on corporate loopholes and Wall Street fraud.
Right.
This isn't a budget issue. This is a moral crisis. A spiritual test. Do we value people more than profit? The answer is not to take more from those who already have too little.
The answer is to finally give the working class what it has earned through sweat, through sacrifice, through decades of holding this fragile nation together.
Right.
So I'll leave you with this truth. If only wages were increased, we'd have dignity in retirement, stability in old age, a future worth living for. But since they didn't raise those wages,
Yeah.
it's time for us to raise our voices. Amen.
Amen. Right on. Hell yeah. It goes like this, y'all. Payroll taxes fund Social Security. If pay sucks, the payroll taxes going into Social Security sucks too. If you get paid $7.25 an hour, the amount of money going into Social Security is going to be based on $7.25 an hour. If you were paid what I like to call a thriving wage, one that gives dignity and stuff to humanity, to you, a human being, then the amount of money put in payroll tax would be thriving amount of payroll tax going in there. And then Social Security would thrive too. See? You need a thriving wage. You need a thriving wage and a cost of living increase every blame year. I'm gonna hammer this point every show until finally, if ever it gets done, or I fucking die first. You need a thriving wage. I mean, hell, you don't need to be working two jobs just to barely make ends meet and go on credit. Then the first time there's a damn crisis or anything, what happens? You're taking your shit to the pawn shop. You're selling off your crap, you know. And then you get another job, and then you start buying your shit back, and then you lose it, and you sell that too. And come on. And they say save for retirement? Give me a damn break. How can you save for retirement if you have um crisis after crisis and wages that stink and politicians saying that you have to cut Social Security by 30% and you have to raise the retirement age to 70%. How's it fair that I'm 68, all right, and I retired early because I got neck cancer and shit and got disabled and stuff. Okay, so if I'd have retired normal, it'd have been like 65 and a half. And would have been my retirement age. All right. How's it fair for me this day and age to retire at 65, but folks in the future, they have to wait until 70? How is that fair? So think about it. Think hard about it. Like, think about yourself. How many things have you done in the past that made it where it's better or worse for you right now? I mean, there are probably things that you can curse yourself for, your past self, and things that you thank your past self for. Dig it? I'm not going to burden future generation just because a bunch of greedy assholes want a goddamn tax break and to suck up that 6.2% they're putting into Social Security by trying to eliminate it. No, it ain't fair. And they do that shit on purpose. They say stuff like that on purpose. They say that, oh yeah, it won't happen now. It'll only happen in the future. That way, they think that people like me are going to say, oh, well, then I guess it's okay if it's not going to happen now. No, people like me don't say that. People like me say, no, we get it, they get it. You dig it? And the way to do it is by raising wages so that the payroll tax goes in the proper amount. But do they ever talk about it? Hell no. All they talk about is cut, cut, cut. Austerity, austerity, austerity. Well, how about some fucking thriving wage for a change? I get a little hot under the collar about these subjects. I'm a little passionate about it, as you can see. I even made here, I'm finding these videos that I made. I'm going to replay them now because they're so damn pertinent. A living wage, that's for a dog. That's right. Living wage is for a dog. You're human. You deserve a thriving wage. Let's play this here. Living wage is for dogs.
Hey there, imagine this. You're working hard every day, putting in the hours, and at the end of the month, you get paid just enough to cover your food, water, and clothing.
Yeah.
Sounds pretty basic, right? Say, now let's add an optional shelter. Yes, you heard me right, optional. It's wild to think, but this bare minimum is what some people define as a living wage.
Yeah.
Essentially, it's the smallest amount of money someone needs to survive. But wait, does surviving mean living? For a moment, let's think about our furry friends. What do they need? Food, water, and a bit of shelter. It's almost the same list, but here's the kicker. Humans aren't dogs, so we need more than just the basics to truly thrive. Consider this. A living wage should cover more than survival. It should include healthcare, education, transportation, and yes, even a little bit of fun. After all, life isn't just about making it through the day. It's about living fully and with dignity. So when you hear someone talk about a living wage, think beyond the basics. Think about what truly makes life worth living. Because everyone deserves more than just the basics. They deserve a chance to thrive. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments.
There you go, you guys. I made that a while back, over a year. Yeah, living wage, it sucks. You need a thriving wage. You ain't a dog. Okay? Man, what the hell's wrong with people? Hey, changing the name of the Gulf of Mexico. Are they crazy or something? Here, we'll play that one too. Why not? It's a rebuttal to remarks by Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth. That dumbass. See, this is all the problems we have. We have a bunch of morons and idiots and white supremacists and shit running the show because they duped a bunch of our brothers and sisters into thinking they're going to get a better life. And a bunch of them are racist anyway and wanted that anyhow because they hate anybody that ain't white. So here, we'll play it. 9 minutes.
Reason and Values in a World of Power and Ideals. A dialogue on egalitarianism, strength, and the challenges of our time. Introduction. This paper synthesizes a recent wide-ranging conversation exploring complex geopolitical and philosophical issues that define our current moment. The dialogue delved into the war in Ukraine, the implications of America First policies, the perplexing alteration of geographic names, the inherent tensions between democratic ideals and corporate capitalism, and the fundamental interplay of logic and values in shaping our understanding of the world. This paper aims to present a cohesive perspective drawn from that conversation, emphasizing a core set of beliefs rooted in egalitarianism and a nuanced understanding of strength in the face of global challenges. The Ukraine conflict and the question of appeasement. Our discussion began with an examination of the ongoing conflict in Ukraine, prompted by a speech outlining a perceived shift in U.S. policy. This speech, delivered in the context of the Ukraine Defense Contact Group, advocated for ending the war through diplomacy, acknowledging the unrealistic nature of Ukraine regaining its pre-2014 borders, and proposing security guarantees outside of NATO membership. This position, presented under the banner of a pragmatic peace through strength, resonated with arguments for a negotiated settlement based on a realistic assessment of the battlefield. Proponents of this view might emphasize the dangers of escalation, the limitations of Western power, and the necessity of considering Russia's core interests to achieve a durable peace and end the ongoing bloodshed. However, this pragmatic stance was met with strong counter-arguments rooted in principle and historical lessons. The specter of appeasement loomed large, recalling the disastrous consequences of yielding to aggression in the face of bullies. The core of this counter-argument rests on the moral imperative to stand firm against aggression, to uphold international law and the principle of territorial integrity, and to fully support Ukraine's sovereign right to defend itself and reclaim its territory within internationally recognized borders. From this perspective, acknowledging unrealistic objectives and suggesting compromises on territory and NATO membership can be seen as a dangerous form of appeasement, potentially emboldening Russia and undermining long-term deterrence against future aggression. The focus should instead be on demonstrating unwavering resolve, providing Ukraine with the necessary means to achieve its legitimate goals, and clearly signaling that aggression will not be rewarded. Second, America first and the erosion of American ideals. The conversation extended to the broader implications of America first policies, questioning whether this approach truly serves American interests and values in the long run. While America first can be interpreted as a focus on domestic strength and prioritizing the well-being of American citizens, concerns were raised that in practice, it can devolve into a form of isolationism or unilateralism that undermines international cooperation and emboldens aggressors. This concern was further amplified by the perplexing and troubling example of the apparent renaming of the Gulf of Mexico to Gulf of America on Google Maps. This seemingly arbitrary and nationalistic act was viewed as a symptom of a potentially deeper shift away from international norms and egalitarian principles and towards a narrow, America-centric worldview that prioritizes symbolic assertions of national power over historical accuracy, international relations, and shared global heritage. This symbolic act, while seemingly minor, raises alarm bells about a potential trend towards a more isolationist and less internationally cooperative stance. This trend, combined with a perceived weakening of American resolve in the face of aggression, fuels a sense of discouragement about the direction of the nation and its role in the world. The tension between democracy and capitalism, inequality and voicelessness. A central point of discomfort emerged in exploring the inherent tension between democratic ideals and the realities of corporate capitalism. While capitalist systems often tout individual liberty, the conversation highlighted the fundamentally undemocratic and hierarchical nature of corporate structures that dominate capitalist economies. The ideal of one person, one vote, central to democratic governance, stands in stark contrast to the corporate world, where power is concentrated in the hands of shareholders and management, and workers often experience a lack of democratic voice and control in their working lives. This inherent tension is further exacerbated by the role of money in politics. The current system, particularly in the United States, increasingly appears to be one where economic power translates directly into political influence. Campaign finance, lobbying, and media ownership by wealthy corporations raise serious concerns about the erosion of political equality and the increasing voicelessness of ordinary citizens. The principle of one person, one vote risked becoming a hollow ideal when economic disparities are so vast and political influence is so heavily skewed towards those with wealth and corporate power. Fourth, egalitarianism as a guiding vision. Underlying these critiques is a deeply held vision of an egalitarian world. This vision prioritizes equality of opportunity, reduced inequality of outcome, social justice, and respect for human dignity for all. It is a world built on cooperation, shared resources, and reduced hierarchy, aiming for peace and the flourishing of all humanity, not just a privileged few. This egalitarian ideal serves as a moral compass, guiding the assessment of current events and policies. Any trend or action that moves away from this egalitarian vision, whether it's appeasement of aggression, nationalist assertions of dominance, or the exacerbation of economic and political inequality, is viewed with profound disapproval and concern. V strength, pacifism, and standing against bullies. Within this egalitarian framework, a nuanced understanding of pacifism emerges. It is not a pacifism of passivity in the face of injustice, but rather a pacifism grounded in a deep commitment to peace, justice, and nonviolence, while also recognizing the necessity of strength in principle and self-defense against aggression. This perspective rejects appeasement as a viable path to peace, arguing that it emboldens bullies and ultimately leads to greater conflict and injustice. True strength, in this view, lies not only in military might, but in moral resolve, unwavering commitment to principles, and collective action to uphold a just and equitable world order. Standing up to bullies, even when challenging and risky, is seen as a necessary act of self-defense and a crucial step in building a more peaceful and egalitarian future. Sixth, logic, values, and the path forward. This dialogue underscores the essential interplay of logic and values in navigating complex global challenges. Logic serves as a vital tool for analysis, for identifying inconsistencies, and for understanding cause and effect. However, values provide the foundational premises and ethical compass that guide our reasoning and inform our judgments about what constitutes a just and desirable world. Arguments for both capitalism and socialism, for appeasement and confrontation, can be constructed logically, yet their ultimate desirability hinges on underlying value systems and assessments of real-world consequences. Moving forward, it remains crucial to maintain a commitment to reason, to critically examine assumptions, and to persistently advocate for policies and actions that align with egalitarian values. Even in the face of disheartening trends and seemingly insurmountable challenges, holding on to a vision of a more just and equitable world and actively working towards it with both reason and moral conviction is essential. Conclusion: this paper, synthesizing a rich and challenging conversation, ultimately arrives at a call for principled strength in the pursuit of an egalitarian world. It rejects appeasement in all its forms, advocating for a firm stance against aggression and injustice. It recognizes the deep tensions between democratic ideals and the realities of power and inequality in the modern world. And it underscores the vital role of reason, guided by a strong ethical compass rooted in egalitarian values, as the best path forward in navigating the complexities and challenges of our time. This vision, while demanding and perhaps idealistic, remains a powerful and necessary aspiration for building a more just, peaceful, and human future.
There you go, folks. That I agree with everything in there mainly because I wrote it. But yeah, people they got to stand up for themselves. No more appeasement. No appeasing Putin. Putin's just another guy. He's just another swinging dick like me or anybody else walking around with that member. Anyway, um, he's just another human being, fallible, frail, can die at a moment's notice, can puke, poop, everything. He's a human. See? Don't appease him. Trump, same thing. Like CBS or was it Paramount did? Huh. I would like to watch that South Park episodes that they're ragging on Trump. I'd like to watch them, but they're on Paramount Plus. I ain't buying it. So, you got to stand up. Just because you want something, don't mean you have to make some kind of a logical leap to have it. I could probably come up with some kind of a weird logic for why I should get Paramount Plus so I can watch that show. Oh, hey, yeah, I can make clips out of it and put it here on my show and rag on them and stuff. But no, I'm not. I'm going to rag on Paramount. I'm gonna rag on all of them. We're not going to hold back nothing. And yeah, here's something that we will play today. why a national strike could change everything in big old all caps over here, everything. You ever think about that? Like a national strike, like say 25% of all the workers decided, nope, I ain't going in, I ain't working for no slave wage, shit's gonna change. Stay home. And they don't buy anything. Cut back their spending by 75%. Imagine what would happen to the economy if this group of people said no. They just drop out of the economy. See? It could change everything. I'm not kidding. Here, listen.
National strike is required for real change. The key strategic weakness of past labor actions. When strikes are isolated, companies can leverage the rest of the functioning economy to outlast workers. Let's break down how a unified national strike would be different. Current system vulnerabilities. When auto workers strike, companies use profits from other sectors. When teachers strike, they face pressure from functioning economy. When truckers strike, companies use alternative shipping. Each sector can be isolated and pressured under total unity. No economic buffers, no functioning sectors to rely on, no alternative supply chains, no replacement workers, no waiting it out.
Let's say no.
Industries affected simultaneously. Corporate interdependency is exposed. No economic safe haven, system-wide pressure. Free real bargain power forces genuine negotiation. Requires structural changes. Cannot ignore worker demands. Affects entire power structure. This strategy would force the wealthy to actually feel the impact rather than just weather isolated disruptions. It's the difference between a localized power outage and a complete grid shutdown. One can be worked around, the other demands immediate attention and resolution. System-wide pressure. Free real bargain pressure. Free real bargain unity. Free bargaining power forces genuine negotiation. Requires structural changes. Cannot ignore worker demands. Affects entire power structure. This strategy would force the wealthy to actually feel the impact rather than just weather isolated disruptions. It's the difference between a localized power outage and a complete grid shutdown. One can be worked around, the other demands immediate attention and resolution.
That's right, you guys. You need to think about it hard. You need to think about this stuff. Like this, a national strike like that is the thing that all these oligarchs they fear it the most. In a scenario like I was talking about, 25% of the workforce just stopping all economic activity, they would lose trillions and trillions of dollars in a 30-day period. Now think about all these chemical plants. I am not calling for violence. I don't advocate violence, except for in the defense of the innocent or of my own personal self. But this isn't a call for violence, but you have to draw this out to the logical conclusions of possibilities. There's a bunch of chemical plants, factories, and processes of all kinds going on right now here in the United States. Go down and drive around down the Gulf Coast, for example. This is just one area. You'll find a whole bunch of refineries and chemical plants. Now go look at the National Safety Board, I think is the name of it. The Chemical Safety Board films about. Yeah, I'll look one up. Why not? Let's see. Chemical plant explosion. I'll just get right down to it. Oops. Yeah. So, like these processes and stuff, they have got to be monitored on a constant basis, or else you can't just walk away from this shit without shutting it down properly. Dig it? I mean, if you got these hot chemicals flowing through pipes and everything and catalysts and junk, I'm no chemist, but I know you can't walk away from this stuff without shutting it down properly, or else bad things start happening. They start happening quick. And that goes with just any old regular machinery too. I mean, if you got a lathe turning and you just walk away from it, I mean, stuff has to be maintained constantly, all right, or else shit breaks, and it costs billions and billions of dollars to fix. You understand what I'm getting at? The power of labor, the power of the workforce to cause change is so immense that it is outrageous. But we've all been like duped and fooled for thousands and thousands of years to thinking that there's some kind of a weird hierarchy of has that and have nots, and it's supposed to be that way. No, we don't have to let it be that way. We just shut the whole thing down, shut everything down. This is USCB, United States Chemical Safety Board. Go look up that on YouTube and look at some of their videos, and you'll see what I'm talking about. And that's just one sector, too. That's just one sector. What about like grocery store? If everybody stopped going to the grocery store, what's going to happen to all that food? Well, it's going to sit on the shelf or it's going to rot. Well, you have to eat, yeah. But grow some food, grow a victory garden. You have to get prepared. There's preparation that has to be made. You're going to go on a national strike like that. You can't just do things all willy nilly. And protests. That's another point. You go protesting like the big old King's Day. Just imagine the King's Day protests, right? And It's a national strike situation, a national boycott situation. Strikes and protests are going on everywhere. The they start getting desperate and start calling out the police and stuff to put down the protesters and shit. You don't fight back. You don't even play their game. When they start showing up, you immediately disperse. Show up in a different spot and start protesting over there. Global protests, y'all. You don't stay in one spot. You don't give them an opportunity to use their violence. They're the ones that are violent, not us. We're just not cooperating. See, and they'll call that non-cooperation violence. They'll call all what we're doing right here violence. But don't let them fool you. Don't let them trick you with mixing words and twisting words the way they always do. Like calling stuff um like right to work laws. Right to work. Give me a damn break. It's a right to get your butt fired for any old reason under the sun. Or Citizens United. Yeah. Which ones? The rich citizens, not the general population. So don't let them fool you. Don't let them divide us up. It's rich and poor. That's the game. They want to keep what they schemed and connived to screw you out of. So, man, I could go on and on. How long have I been going on and on? All right, we've been going on and on about all this garbage for an hour and 52 minutes. So, I don't care about fame or anything like that. That's why I've been so reluctant to even make some show like this. I don't want to be some famous internet influencer and all that shit. I just want to get a message out. The message, that's important. I'm not important. I'm just another guy with a with an attitude. I believe one way and not the other. So I don't want people to glorify me. Just listen to what I say. All right, here's a song. It's called Forget My Unholy Name. Play it here on this Sabbath day.
The monkeys all they chatter about things that don't jungle sees nothing, don't care about all that. Who made the loudest noise or who's up to bat? It swallows them all up in the end. Mother, brother, father, and friend pulls them into the ground, and they go. The jungle cares for nothing, much less your ego. Somewhere in the stillness, wisdom lit a flame. No need for cheers or statues. No need to know a name. Hell yeah. They all said, look at me. They all said I was here, but no one asked the question. No one really cared. If the fire lit the path, does it matter who lit the flame? The jungle never remembers, but maybe that's okay. If someone finds the message and walks a better way. So don't carve me in stone, let the silence take the fame. If the word still means something, forget my unholy name.
There you go. Forget my unholy name. As you know what? The only thing that matters to me is the battle. Whatever I'm assigned, that's where I'm at. Like, I'm there. Alright? I guess my own self called me to do this. But this is in order the destroyer at AM 666 Woke Radio on your internet dial. I hope you guys have a great Sunday afternoon. Remember Gaza, remember Israel, remember everything we talked about here because, just because.